What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. I'm Jim, and we're going to jump into the charts this morning for a quick market update. I've got to get to work this morning, and so there's not a whole lot changed since last night, except in Bitcoin. We've had a little bit of a breakout of this pattern. That doesn't mean we've had a breakout. I don't know why that's on my screen. There we go. We've had a bit of a breakout, but it doesn't mean it's broken out necessarily. I want to talk about that with you. We'll look at Litecoin as well, and it's just going to be a quick market update. So I hope you'll stick around. I want to invite you over to the Litecoin swing trading community. If you haven't joined us there already, we've got a great community of traders of all skill levels. Love to have you join us there. Make sure you answer all the entry questions, and we'll let you on in. It's a great place for learners as well as other people to share what they're seeing in the chart is and there's no spam, there's no marketing. We're very strict about who enters, so you come on in and be a great addition to our community there. All right, let's look and see what we've got going on. This is Bitcoin, and this is on the 45-minute chart. So we kind of zoomed in here to this last wave here. We've got an obvious ABC, so that's what we know. I always like to start with what we know. Okay, we do have an ABC correction, and so we've got one move to the upside with a corrective move to the downside. Let's go ahead and measure this move and see what it looks like. All right, we've come. So here's a confusing thing. We've come past the 1618, so which is a telltale sign of a three wave. So it's measuring like this is measuring like a motive wave, yet it's in the position of a corrective wave, and so we got to ask the question: what is going on here? So it's acting like a motive wave, but it's looking like it's corrective. So what could be happening? Well, my working hypothesis right now. Let me go zoom out just a little bit, compress it just a little bit. There we go. My working hypothesis is that we're in the middle of making a WXY. Um, that would look something like this. W. Now the X may be coming, and that's maybe what we're forming right now. WX, and then a Y down here, something like that. That's the kind of correction I'm looking for. That's what I'm operating on based upon what I'm seeing in the Elliott wave world here. So that's what I'm operating on. What's another possibility? Well, I mean, obviously, we could be having a where is it? We could be having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could be going on up from here with a five-wave motive wave. So that's another possibility as well. How do we know what's going on? Well, we generally measure the waves to see what the waves measure as, and so to see how they're acting. And so let's just zoom in, do a little bit more wave measuring, and see if we can deduce anything that's going on. This wave is super hard to measure because there's no clear one wave. This isn't a 1-2, though it's acting like a 1-2, but this wicked down below the bottom of this, so that kind of negates that being a 2. And then you just have this kind of straight move to the upside. Now we do have this little tiny thing here. Is that a 1-2? Man, that's a really crappy 1-2 if it is. But if it is, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks five wave-ish. It looks like a motive wave. I'm just going to assume it is a motive wave, okay? Then we have this move to the downside. Again, it measures more like five waves, but it looks three wave-ish, so it could be an ABC. Now, what do we have going on here? Well, when we measure this wave here, this first move here, well, we stopped here at the 1, 2, 7, 6, so that's very ABC-ish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be five waves for the A, three waves for the B, and then I see five waves for the C, ABC. But then we had a move and I expected a strong move to the downside from there. It seemed pretty clear, and then that would have made this more five wave-ish as well, and so that would have been 5, 3, 5. but it's not. It continued to the upside. Okay, we stayed in this little channel here that looks like a triangle. It is not a triangle. Just want you to know it is not a triangle. It does not have the characteristics of a triangle. It doesn't have three, 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 three. Okay, but it does look triangular, and so I've drawn the trend lines because they're important. They've been significant. Uh, and what we have here, it looks like we've had a breakout. Now, to me, this is market maker shenanigans. Okay, the reason why I say that is because the breakout happened, so to speak, and then it's just been sitting here. Breakouts generally kind of they break out to the upside. They might consolidate for a little bit or pull back just for a little bit, and then they're off to the races. And we just haven't seen that yet. In fact, we haven't broken the high here. And so the question is, let's measure this as two separate moves here. We got what if this were A, B, and then we're making this C? You can see how we're tagging the one-to-one extension right there of that wave, and so that's again very corrective. This could be a double correction, so to speak, or this doesn't look like ABC. This looks like ABC, and then with the next wave, maybe ABC again or ABC. That's really tough, but yeah, but we haven't broken the high there. What else is happening? So if that's ABC, I mean, we would expect a reversal here and coming down. So be careful for that. Don't Man, the way it looks like it wants to go up, but man, I'm just very. You can see how we've reached the overbought region here, and we've crossed back over the MA on my RSI, and that's usually it usually have a retest, and then we head on down. Let's see where we are on the 2 hour. We're almost to the overbought region there, but not quite, and so we've got room to go up on the 2 hour for sure. Now, what could be happening, and this is a working hypothesis for me right now, and is that this little triangular shape here is our B wave, and then we're making a C wave, which would mean this is going to complete our X wave, and this is what I'm thinking right now. The reason I think this is because everything's measuring correctively. Well, it's acting correctively at least. Let me say it that way. It's looking corrective. It's measuring very odd. So if that's the case, we've got an A followed by a B, and we'll be coming up to this region here, this 13,100 to 13,800 to test this top and probably come on back down. For a final correction of and here's my target area of $8,800. So whether that happens or not, I can't say. I'm trying to stay neutral. I'm trying not to say, oh, it's going down or it's going up. I'm just trying to stay neutral here and just say, okay, this is what I'm seeing. This is what we're looking at. So how do we trade this in BTC? Well, right now, here's what I would like to see for me to enter a trade. I would like to see some volatile price action that brings the price down to this trend line, and then an immediate rejection off of that trend line with some confirmation. If I get a push down here with an immediate rejection off of that trend line and a move to the upside, I would jump in. Now, where would I jump into? I would be targeting this 13,200 mark. That would be my target. That'd probably be my exit zone, regardless of whether it goes down, goes up more. I would get out there and look for another entry, or I'll watch price action and see what happens around that area. But more than likely, you'd see a reaction there anyway, and so that's probably the trade I would take. But I've got to see. I want to see that come down first. I want to see a retest and then a push up, and I want to see some clarity that the market is actually saying they want to go that way. Because right now, even though we broke out of this little structure, the market's not being clear about what it wants to do. In fact, my bias is still to the downside. I'm not trying to be bearish here. I'm just, man, it just everything feels corrective. And so that's where I am. That's what I'm seeing in the charts. I know other guys are very bullish and everybody's looking for moves up, but to me, this is not a clear area in the chart. It is not clear at all, and I want to be careful. I want to be careful with my resources, because my resources are important to me and my family. So be careful with yours as well. Let's just take a peek at Litecoin. That's what I'm seeing. We've seen a lot of oscillation and a lot of chicanery here and shenanigans here in Litecoin. I want you to just look at these candles they've been printing. Just take a peek at them. Um, so you had this. You see this candle right here. This was yesterday afternoon or yesterday morning. It just shot up really fast. It went up. It went from, uh, you know, actually that wasn't yesterday. Yeah, it was the day before yesterday, Saturday. Shot up really fast. Goes up here. Waits up here a little while. Then boom, down really fast. It goes sideways for a little while. Sideways for a little while. Has another move to the downside, but no, it has a strong move to the downside. It's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, here it is. Everybody thinks it's going down. No, they immediately reject it. It goes up very hard. Straight up to the upside with a rejection, and then there's a rejection off of that. They're just whipsawing you in this area. They're creating buys and sells, and so yeah, a little sideways movement, a little move to the downside, and then today had this little move to the upside, and now you've got this move to the downside. I mean, just so much up and down movement, so much up. Who's to say it's not going to come back down here and go even lower than it is? So who's to say it's not going to come up here as well to this trend line? We don't know. I don't know what's going on. Again, my bias is to the downside. To me, when I just zoom out and look at it, that's what it looks like it needs to do. It looks like it. There might be an up move first before it goes down, but it looks like it needs to come on down to this trend line before we head on up to break that trend line, or to test it at least. So I'm still targeting $100 there. That's my bias. Be aware, it could be wrong. This could be a 1-2, and then we made a 1-2 and we're going up for 3. But to be honest with you guys, that's not acting like a 3 wave. I'm just saying, it's not acting like a 3 wave. It's just not moving like a 3 wave. It's the market makers know where they are in the charts, okay, and they're sharks, and they want to eat you. They want to eat your money. So be careful trading in this area. This is just all no man's land, okay. Same with BTC. We did have a breakout. It's a little clearer. So what I'd like to see for confirmation is some more volatility in that price movement. I would like to see it come down quickly. I'd like to see it move down quickly with a rejection to the upside, and then I might jump in that trade. All right, there's our market update. I hope you guys have a fantastic Monday. It is Monday. I don't know how fantastic it can be, but it is July, and maybe you're on vacation, so that's great. I hope you have a fantastic vacation. If you are, if you're not, if you're working, hey, I'm with you. So don't worry, there's somebody else in the world who's working alongside you. So, hey, you guys have a fantastic Monday. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share some love, and help me grow the channel. That would be much appreciated. You guys have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.